So today we're going to talk about a lightweight travel camera kit that I like to use when landscape photography is not the primary focus of the trip. It's lightweight, easy to carry around, fits in this small pack. So stick with me, let's take a look at what's in the bag. So we just climbed down from this way. It's a rather steep descent to get down here. It is a place where a small pack like this is sort of nice because it's not getting hung up on a bunch of stuff, not super heavy. But yeah, with the leaves and the wet of the morning, pretty slippery slope down, coming down from here to actually get down to the actual falls. So the falls is up this creek bed more, a little bit of creek hopping to get up there. I'm going to go ahead and record some of this here just because up by the falls it's going to get a lot louder and it might be a little more difficult to hear me over the falls. So first, like I said, lightweight travel camera pack, that's what I'm out with today. All packs up in this. This is a tactical bag bought off of Amazon with a camera insert in it. Got a Miphoto Globetrotter tripod attached to the back with a couple straps. All the moly loops make it easy to attach random things to it, everything like that. And this carries the camera and 2 extra lenses, carries a battery charger, the power banks that I talked about in my gifts for photographers video. Got a power bank in here in case I need to recharge my camera batteries. But yeah, super lightweight, portable kit. This bag's tough, durable. There's a camera insert inside. It helps protect the camera through it. Like I said, this will stash pretty much anywhere. It makes it super nice when you are traveling, when you're gonna have to leave your camera equipment in a car or something like that, and you don't want that big camera bag that's hard to hide. This will stash in a lot of cool places. So let's take a look at what's inside. So first up, I've got this Miphoto Globetrotter aluminum travel tripod. It packs down really small. You can go carbon fiber if you want to be a little lighter weight. It's got a nice load capacity to it, around 22 pounds, I think. But I can use it with DSLR cameras with big lenses on it, as well as a mirrorless camera all the way down to the Micro Four Thirds, which is actually the camera we'll be using today. Great little tripod. It packs down really small. The legs flip up, so you can get it reversed. And I can actually stash it in carry-on luggage. So I do fly with this tripod. It's actually the one I fly with most often. So great tripod for that. Maybe get the carbon fiber version if you're looking for something a little lighter weight. Okay, so inside the pack, like I said, it's just a little tactical sling bag is what I have. Inside I do have a camera cube insert, which helps protect the camera equipment. What I carry as my travel lightweight kit is this Panasonic GX85. It is a Micro Four Thirds camera, packs down really small. I do have a bracket on it that gives it a permanent arc of Swiss, so it's super easy to get in, still get in to access the batteries. This is not an L bracket like we talked about previously in previous videos, but it does make it super handy and gives it a little bit more of a handhold on the grip. It is an interchangeable lens camera, which is great. Comes with a 12 to 32 millimeter lens in the kit. I have a couple other lenses with it we'll take a look at. They pack down super small. Like I said, small, lightweight, carry with a wrist strap. Works great on top of the Miphoto tripod because it's not too heavy. So unlike, while it will hold a DSLR on top of it, this is lightweight. It's really, the Miphoto works really well. So great for travel photography like that. And like I said, the clamp on the bottom, super cool. Probably one of the cons is it does chew through batteries pretty fast as an earlier mirrorless camera. So, you know, that was a common problem. So carry lots of spare batteries. You know, that's not that big a deal though. The other thing that it does lack, and something to pay attention to if you do a lot of inclement weather photography, is it is not weather proof. So if it's in a downpour, I probably wouldn't break this out, or I would at least take extra steps to protect it. Now with that said, I don't mind a little drizzle, a little bit of sprinkle. I try to shelter a little bit, not any problems with that, but it is not a weatherproof camera. So that's something to keep in mind. I find that's not a problem because if I'm taking this, my focal point is probably not landscape photography. So if it is terrible out, that's not a big deal. If I'm traveling on a real trip that's where landscape photography is going to be a key element of it, then I take my bigger gear, my bigger cameras. We'll do a future video on that setup as well because I do travel with it. But this is for those where the landscape photography is not the primary purpose of the trip or one of the key points of it. So Panasonic GX85, Micro Four Thirds, packs down super small. This is what's in my lightweight travel camera kit. So then let's take a look at the lenses that go with this camera. I have 3, and as you can see, they pack down like this. These are actually mounted together. So 2 lenses like that. What I have here is a 25mm prime, which on a micro four thirds work out to a 50mm. You know, a 35 might be better for landscape photography, but the 50 is sort of fun. It sort of gives you a perspective to play with. And it also has a 45 to 150 zoom, which in micro four thirds land, which has a 2x crop factor, you're looking at 45 to 150 is actually more like a 90 to 300. So not the fastest lens in the world. You know, they're up around the f4 to f5.6 range, but to be able to pack down that type of lens into that size, that's pretty amazing. I'll take that trade-off any day. So essentially, this gear packs down. Let me pull this insert out here. Into this insert. Camera, 2 more lenses. So camera, total of 3 lenses, all pack into this and fit inside this tactical bag. Makes it so great for lightweight travel photography if you just want to have a camera along. And with some additional batteries, I mentioned earlier, the GX85 doesn't have the greatest battery life. So I bought extra batteries, and with them came a USB battery charger, which is great because here's a battery charger, packs down small. I can actually stick it in this pack in one of my side pockets. And remember those power banks we talked about in a previous video? I can use this power bank to charge my batteries out in the field. That doesn't happen a lot. You know, if I was gonna be out photographing that much all day, I probably would have brought my bigger rigs anyways, but just in case, this is super handy. Maybe you're driving from place to place and it's just an all day out type deal where you're photographing some in the morning, later in the afternoon, evening. Great little setup, fits in the side pocket of the bag, works out really well. So the USB charging with these extra chargers is super nice. Using a power bank, you can be charged up all the time. And just a couple of little extras I carry. Like I said, this is a tactical sling bag made a tough canvas. It has pockets everywhere. I do have the add-on side pockets where I can carry batteries, chargers. That's where I have the chargers at. A couple little tools for the tripod just in case I need it. You know, I do carry a multi-tool that fits here, right here in the top pocket. Got a lens cleaning thing. I don't have my full cleaning kit with me today, but if I was out all day, I would have that probably stashed in here too. Again, it has the MOLLE loops in the back, which is what lets me attach a tripod to the back of this. So great little camera pack, tons of room for little day trips. It is a sling bag, which if you have a lot of weight, you might want to look at something more like a tactical backpack or something like that, but super inexpensive way to carry this kit. And a lot of people don't expect it to have a camera in it, so that can be good for sort of that stealth look. So hey, let's take a look, hike up this stream. Let's get some photos. I'll show you the lightweight travel camera kit in action. We'll get it put up in a tripod. Did you see the ducks? The ducks just flew by. They flew. Anyways, let's head up this stream. We'll get this kit out. We'll start at the base of the falls. We'll work our way back. We'll get some video of using the GX85 in action, throw in some extra comments as we go. There is a little bit of scrambling through here to work your way up the creek bed. You know, it's not too bad. The water's not too high right now, so it's not really a problem. But we're getting closer to the falls. We'll pop out here, look at it from a distance. So here we are, we made it to the falls, got the falls right back there. I've shot here once before, but that's been it. So I'm gonna just take a little bit of time, evaluate the scene before I break out the camera or anything like that. But yeah, this is the falls. I'm just gonna try to figure out what shot I wanna start with. We'll get the camera out, we'll get some video of that. We'll try to get some great pictures of this. And then, you know, on our hike back out, I'll look for some more detailed shots as we go. I also want to try to get the telephoto back here. I think sort of shooting up this non-wide lens would be sort of interesting, so we're going to try that as well. So just going to wander around and see what we get. Okay, so we got the Miphoto tripod. We're gonna get it set up. This is the one I'm gonna go for portrait mode on because I wanna shoot, they got this dead stump here. Tree with no leaves, tree with no leaves. So I wanna try to shoot like right in here, maybe frame it by these, but let's see what happens. So, very uneven ground, so grab the camera. We're gonna start wide. We'll see what happens. Now, this is where I wish I had an L bracket. which I do not have on this, but an L bracket, I am going to, because I want to do portrait, it's going to set everything topsy-turvy, so I'm going to have to reset this tripod multiple times. And that's just sort of what I was talking about with the L bracket video. If this was an L bracket, this would be a super easy, get my tripod set up the way I want, and would be good. But no L bracket, I have to work for it. This is right here, proof positive why an L bracket would be immensely useful. I am going to remove the strap off the camera. I usually remove my straps from the camera. You don't want anything shaking in, you know, if a wind comes through, just why introduce extra shake. So I am pulling the strap off the camera. Okay, pan and tilt. Luckily I have this shot lined up here on all sorts of uneven ground. Get that lined up. Get your tripod base set good. Oh yeah, I actually want a little bit less sky. That's no fun. Bring this down like this. Get the exposure set the way I want here first. Okay, so I got my shot all lined up. This is the first one of the morning of Indian Falls. And I've got a hollowed out dead tree trunk over here. It's rather large, as you can see. I've got the tree coming down here, sort of framing my shot. Got the falls coming over. I am shooting in portrait mode. It sort of gives me an interesting foreground as I lead into it. And then I still get the fall leaves off in the background. I do shoot with self-timer. I don't use a remote trigger. To me, that's just another piece of gear I just don't really need to contend with. I've got enough of that out here already. But for landscape photos, when I'm on a tripod and I need that stability, I do set my camera to self-timer, usually between 2 and 5 seconds, depending on, you know, how I'm feeling that day, how much coffee I've had. So I set the self-timer, click the shutter button, wait, get that nice shot, check it on the back of the camera, take another look, and move on. So the ducks just came through again. They're up in the pool by the falls right now. So that's the third time we've seen them. Had them fly over us while we were recording further down the creek bed. We saw them when we were hiking up, playing in one of the pools here, and they just flew in over here and landed in the pool. I probably should try to go get video of them, huh? Let's see if we can go find the ducks real quick. Thing. I need to get the wide angle just in case. So the advantage of this wide angle is I have way less sky, which can make things a lot, it'll keep it from being blown out, keeps everything less dynamic range. So that's been the advantage of switching over to this. As usual, sometimes what I think is the great first shot is not it. We'll see, but maybe we'll put them both in the video, the portrait and wide angle, we can see what people think. Okay, now we're gonna switch positions. I got my portrait shots, I got my wide angle shots. Pros and cons to both. The wide angle was more impressive than I thought it would be, but I still sort of like the portrait. We'll see what they look like when we get them home. So now we're gonna move up. I'm gonna move a little closer to the falls, slightly off to the angle, off the side a little bit, see what we can make happen there. And then we'll hop across the creek a little bit if we can and get a couple shots from there. And then we'll make our way back down the creek bed, get a couple detail shots. The creek is definitely pretty, especially with the fall leaves on the ground. So hopefully I can come out with something with that, and we'll go from there. So we're gonna see, getting some sweet light on these cliffs over here. So we're gonna try to set up here, see a little log in the foreground maybe. Yeah, get a little log in the foreground, and we'll see what this happens. So let's get this set up. So yeah, new setup over here. Starting with landscape, because the log comes across like this, pretty happy with that. Water coming across. I got the water up here towards the top of the frame. This is where we get into the realm where the water blur is. Was it intentional or was it not intentional? Which to me can sometimes spoil the look of the photo. I mean, the blurred water is amazing when it works. But sometimes you're in that no man's range where, what were you trying to do? Were you trying to do that? So I feel like I'm in that range just a little bit with this. So just working on tweaking through that. So we're gonna try find a spot over this way. see what I can work out composition wise, and let's see what that looks like. And then I think we'll start to head back. We're gonna get one telephoto composition up this way, and we'll go from there. So that's it for the falls, at least up close. We got 3 different compositions. We got a portrait mode up over this way. We got a wide up close to that log up there. And then, of course, we worked out in the middle of the creek right there and worked on getting that. So those are the 3 compositions. We'll see how it goes. We're gonna hike back just a little bit this way. Hike back that way just a little bit, and I'm gonna put a telephoto on, and we're gonna just sort of shoot up with the telephoto. And then I will probably put the tripod away maybe and just hike out with a 50mm, just get a couple detail shots on the way out with the leaves on the ground and stuff like that. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so we're landscape mode at the moment, shooting down the falls. I got this big rock cropping in from the right side of the frame, so that's cool. Fallen branch falls in the distance, not too much sky. Again, sort of a gray sky today, not interesting anyways. So even though I could expose it perfectly, it's still just a dull gray sky. So I like this. I'm gonna get some landscape shots of this. We're gonna swap it to portrait mode without an L bracket, get some shots there, and I think that'll wrap it up for the falls. So that about wraps it up for here. I'm gonna pack everything up. I'm gonna switch to GX85 over to 50mm lens. I'm gonna go no tripod. Sometimes I think it's good to free yourself from a tripod. So on the way out of here, on the hike out, which is not a super long hike, but we're gonna go the GX85, 50mm lens. And I think we look for is just some details. So green on the rocks, something close, things I can hand hold, and we'll get hiked back to the car, and we'll see what we get from this. And that's a wrap. That's what I wanted to get done today. Take the travel camera out, show you a little bit about it, get some pictures of some waterfalls. So yeah, so we're gonna head out of here, hike up, and hope you enjoyed it. So if you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, subscribe, and keep an eye out for future content. In another couple of weeks, I'll be taking a look at my big travel kit because we're getting to take a trip to the Southwest, and you'll want to see that.